Those are the names that I called myself back in my old life. I was a drug addict, and then a drug dealer. And after that, this happened. I had to make a choice. I had to change my life. One step at a time, I had to reinvent myself. But I'm not the only one.
My name is Ebony Howard. I was released from Coffee Creek May 9th of 2016. My life was utter chaos. So the year prior to incarceration, I started a relationship with a man who introduced me to identity theft and credit card manufacturing. And within a matter of 12 months, with the identity theft and methamphetamine use, I ended up in prison. So very destructive, very drug-induced, very chaotic.
Since 1980, there has been a 716% increase for the incarceration rate of women in our country. Our country is a world leader for incarceration. We are an incarceration nation.
Everybody has a backstory. And I don't think there's anybody in the 5th grade or 6th grade that raised their hand and said, I want to be an addict or I want to go to prison. Something happened in their lives.
I was taken from my mother, and she lost her rights to me when I was 3. I was in foster care for 2 years, and I was adopted by my parents here in Amity when I was 5 years old. And from 5 to 18, I grew up with this family. My parents adopted a total of 31 kids from all over the world, all different nationalities. There was 18 of us at home when I was in school, and there was a whole nother round that came through after I graduated and went on to college. So it was a very eclectic environment and lots of diversity. So not everybody has that. Not everybody has a stable upbringing, or my parents were Christians. We had a Christian household. Without those basic values, I don't know that I would have made it back. My younger son went into foster care a year before I became incarcerated, and they decided once I went to Coffee Creek, that they were going to pursue adoption and termination of my parental rights. I fought a long, hard battle. From beginning to end with my younger son, it was almost 6 years. There were 8 different times that they found a family to adopt my son to, and each time something fell through at the last moment. October of 2017, my case was thrown out of court and my son was returned to my physical and legal custody, and there was no more state involvement. And it took 2 years, but March of this year, 2018, my parents returned my older son to my care and my legal custody, and they've had him for 9 of his 12 years. So at this point, I have 2 boys and a puppy, and and a life and a job, and the future looks good.
This is an environment where we have to believe in second chances and we have to believe in forgiveness. And how do we move these folks along in the right direction? So for me, I see a lot of success. I see failure too. You know, if I see somebody in the pre-book in handcuffs and we make eye contact and they put their head down, I just tell them, hey, try harder next time. You know, this isn't forever.
I had to reinvent myself from the ground up. I had to break everything down, start over from square one to build who I am today. I spent every minute of my time there working on taking a really hard look at myself and acknowledging my character defects, my poor choices, what actually landed me in the situation I was in, and I discovered for myself that codependency was my #1 addiction. I know that to date, for my 7 years of tutoring experience, incarcerated and otherwise, I've helped 28 people graduate and receive their completion certificate. So I am an alumnus of the Family Preservation Project. I've done advocacy at the state level for introducing new bills. I would tell someone who has been formerly incarcerated or getting ready to be released to seek out Seek out people that have shared experiences, people that have walked the road of reentry, people that are living the type of life that you would like to see for yourself in your future. I actually just realized when I picked up the puppy yesterday, that's the first time I've had a pet in my adult life. So at 40 years old, I have 2 kids and a dog, and life is pretty amazing. I never would have thought.
If you surround yourself with winners, you're going to be that winner. But if you're going back to where folks are selling drugs, the chances are you're not going to be successful. I've seen multiple folks that I've known through incarceration over the past 29 years that they own their own businesses. They are tax-paying citizens. There was that popping sound where they get it, and they're able to control the demons in their life. And every day is that day where they look at it and say, I'm not going to use today.
If you are out there struggling, stuck in a world of chaos and agony, it's never too late to take that first step. Reach out, find a meeting, talk to somebody. Our past may be a little darker than some, but our future is just as bright.